Kingston, Jamaica. The off-field impasse with the Jamaica Football Federation (JFF) seemingly had little bearing on the Reggae Boyz, as they produced a fairly decent performance to top Suriname 3-1 in their return leg Concacaf Nations League Group A encounter at the National Stadium on Tuesday. Though showing signs of their lack of game preparation after they decided not to turn up for Monday's training session due to Dalton Wint's reluctance to resign as JFF General Secretary, the boys threw goals from Ravel Morrison, 16th, Junior Flemmings, 43rd, and Jamal Lowe, 69th, did enough to ensure 3 points. Yanic Wildschut pulled one back for Suriname in the 21st minute. The boys only decided to commit for the game after the embattled administrator indicated to the JFF board that he would step aside in an emergency meeting called by President Michael Ricketts late Monday. The players had demanded Wint's removal after logistical issues relating to travel arrangements following the first leg game in Suriname. Still, it was a case of all's well that ends well for the boys, who ensured the country's unbeaten record against their Dutch-speaking counterparts remained intact. This was Jamaica's fourth win in 5 meetings with Suriname, the other result being the 1-1 stalemate in the first leg in Paramaribo. With the win, the boys take pole position in the 3-team group on 4 points, ahead of their June 14 clash against favorites Mexico. Suriname remains on 1 point. The top 2 teams will secure spots in the next CONCACAF Gold Cup. Given the negative unfolding over the past 3 days, the moderate crowd would have been uncertain about what to expect from the boys, and their slightly sluggish start would have raised a few eyebrows. Suriname started spiritedly, building their attacking plays from the back and had their first real look at goal in the 6th minute when Regiciano Haps breached the boys' defense. But his left-footed shot was blocked by the outstretched leg of Jamaica's custodian Jamal Lowe. The Jamaicans, in the early exchanges, opted for the long ball over the top aimed at the towering Shamar Nicholson, but to no avail. In fact, their first real build-up is what brought about the go-ahead goal, as Richard King was taken out by defenders on his way towards goal. Morrison stepped up and converted a well-taken free kick from just about 25 yards out, giving Warner Hahn in goal for Suriname, no chance at a save. However, the lead was short-lived as Suriname pulled level 5 minutes later when right fullback Javane Brown was caught out of position, allowing Wildschut to waltz into the danger area and fire past Knight. That may have been the proverbial shot in the arm the boys needed, as their intensity improved significantly and they should have went back in front in the 33rd when Nicholson's combination with King ended with the former flashing a left-footed pass across box. But both Lowe and Flemmings failed to apply the finishing touch. 2 minutes later, Flemmings was taken out at top of arc trying to sidewind his way through defenders, setting up a perfectly placed set play for Morrison to replicate his opening goal. However, his right-footed effort sailed just wide of left upright on this occasion. They eventually got their noses back in front when Flemmings picked up a pass from Morrison and was literally ushered across the 18-yard box by defenders to inevitably pull the trigger, beating Hahn at his near post to put the boys 2-1 up at the break. Like it was at the start, Suriname again came out more purposeful and could have been back on level terms 4 minutes in. The boys failed to clear their lines from a long throw in, allowing Diego Bizeswar to get a shot off from deep inside the 18-yard box, but the effort sailed over the crossbar. By Taboola promoted links. You may like work as a truck driver in the USA, see salaries, sponsored listings. That was all the action the visitors would have as the boys took charge of proceedings and applied consistent pressure, inevitably pushing further ahead. Flemmings and Morrison linked up well in attack, with the former later passing off to Nicholson, who unselfishly laid off to Lowe, who finished from close range. The boys almost had another in the 73rd, after Bailey's swirling left-footed corner kick left Suriname's backline in a daze as they thought the ball went out of play. But with no call coming from Costa Rican referee Kaylor Herrera, Morrison capitalized with a cheeky effort from about 20 yards out that was pushed over by Hahn. Teams: Jamaica Jamal Lowe, Amari Bell, Richard King, Leon Bailey 48th, Jamal Lowe, Rolando Aarons 75th, Ravel Morrison, Kahim Paris 86th, Shamar Nicholson, Junior Flemmings, Damian Lowe, Kevon Lambert, Javane Brown, Devin Williams, Jamoy Toppy 86th, subs not used, Akeem Chambers, Kenroy Campbell, Earl Simpson, Tyreek McGee, Okwasa Chong, Daniel Green, Adafaroy Bygrave booked. None Suriname, Warner Hahn, Dion Malone, Rigiciano Haps, Mark Josephsoon, Jamilio Rigters 64th, Leonardo Capel, Gleophilo Vleeter 64th, Roland Alberg 89th, Leo Abena, Yanic Wildschut, Jaredy Hilterman 79th, Ryan Donk, Kelvin Leardom, Shaquille Pinas, Diego Bizeswer, Rossilo Vleeter 79th, subs not used, Joey Ragavine, Ashan Court, Albert Nibte, Calvin McIntosh, Miguel Darson, Ronaldo Kimball, Shaquille Cairo booked. None referee. Kaylor Herrera, CRC, assistant referees. Ian Anderson, USA, Kyle Atkins, USA, fourth official. Julio Luna, GUA, match commissary. Sergio Hidalgo, CRC.